Hey everybody here, Andy, aka Montolio, and yeah, we are here for round two of Vintage League. I'm playing a blue-red Sprite deck, Xerox Sprite deck, and we won the die roll. This opponent, I believe, is a Golo, like a combo shops player. That said, I mean, this is a hard one to ship. The misdirection's obviously not looking good, and neither is the misstep, but I've got a Mox, I've got a land, and I've got an Ancestral, so pretty solid. And of course, I don't really know what my opponent is on, just speculating from previous experience. You know, this deck has got a lot of air in it versus shops builds in game one, but I think that's all right. Just actually going to main deck this thing. I don't, because we have the Mox, I think it's totally fine. Yeah. Okay, play a Mox out here. And not ideal because we didn't find a second land. We could get wastelanded here, which would be pretty bad for us. Let's see what we're dealing with. Yeah, wow. Okay. Mirage Mirror. So yeah, they just got us turn one, right? Pretty scary. I don't have any answers to that. They just play their depths and combo off. Pretty good. Now, the peril of the way my opponent has done this is they are allowing me to find a wasteland. So I think I'm going to cantrip here, and then I will attempt a time walk. Okay, I still have an opportunity to find a wasteland here off this brainstorm. I didn't, but I get a second crack at it with this Mox and Ponder. It's a little bit awkward because I know two of the cards I just put back, but I mean, I don't have an option. Okay. Another two cards. Can we find one? Oh, we didn't. Do I even have an out? I think my only out is Brazen Borer. Gonna play the red source here. See what my opponent does. Maybe they don't do it. Who knows? Yeah, they're going for it. Okay. I mean, we got a chance here. You know, like, I do have an out. I couldn't find one of my three waste effects, unfortunately, but that is what it is. We got a blocker here. We've got some mana going. We just need to find that borrower. Another Sprite Dragon buys us a turn. Okay, what do we find here? None of this is really helpful. In fairness, my opponent had a very strong opener. Essentially, turn one Marriott Liege. Um, let's see if we can find a Lotus and a Borrower. All right. Very nice. Very nice. But I feel like we have a fairly reasonable matchup here. Like, this is not terrible for me. That's Sprees. I think there's some world where those could be all right. Relic of Progenitus. So, Pyroblast is really bad. Flusterstorms are really bad. Mental Misstep is pretty weak, and so is Misdirection. So we have a couple extra slots here. Um, I mean, Daze is fairly weak. Pyroblast hits nothing in their deck. Cage doesn't do anything. Misdirection doesn't do anything. I guess that just means Misstep. I mean, look, there's a world where you could put in a Leyline of the Void, but it's just not good enough. I mean, at least a Misstep is something I can pitch to Force of Will, and every once in a while, these decks will keep a Miser's Sol Ring in their hand and try and play with that Sol Ring with a weak mana base, and you get them. I mean, that's as good as an argument as I can put up. Okay, let's see what we get. This is reasonable. Wish we had some counter magic. Dreadhorde looks really bad if they have the Leyline main. It's just like a really weak turn one play. I'm going to mulligan this hand. I just don't think that hand is any good at all. This hand is not much better. It's got no cantrips in it. All right, I'll keep this one. So I like my lands. I think Dak Vaden's pretty weak. I think Relic of Progenitus is always also fairly weak. So we'll try this here. They got a ley line? I hope they do. No ley line. Okay. So I think I'm just going to go get a island here, snow-covered island. Obviously, yeah, I mean, can't use Force of Will here. Force of Will looks pretty bad in this situation. I will keep the Preordain. Yeah, that's amazing for me. Just a sphere here. And Chalice. Yeah, Chalice is good. Okay, I like that. So a little bit punished for getting the basic island there, because we could have shattering spreed the Chalice, but yeah, okay. Not letting them do that. Just gonna get Dak Faden here, I suspect. What have they got to follow up? We've all been there. So we've all been there. Gonna get rid of the Chalice while I have an opportunity. The good news about Chalice is it's a one-of, right? Daze. Does Daze do anything? I don't really feel like Daze is good. But I could get them. They just slam a Golos. Okay. Look, this is a little bit greedy for sure. So that was the hope, right? With Double Workshop, I mean, we got something off it, and Soul Ring is exactly the kind of card you want to be scared of. Now, Golos could be worse here if they slammed a Golos, but I mean, these mirrors are not looking good for my opponent right at the moment. Let's see if we can find something like a Shattering Spree off the top. And we did. Um, I really would like to have all these cards, but I think Spree is just the best one here for us, so we'll take that. And that's going to set up an opportunity, hopefully, where we are able to get a Dak Faden down and take an impactful card. Like we could steal a mirror, and that way they've got to be very careful about putting a Depths down. So, God Pharaoh statue, yeah, it's a scary one. Yeah. All right. Well, that's problematic, isn't it? Can't do anything. Guess I'll take a Force of Negation here. I mean, it's all pretty bad. Yeah, jeez. All right. We got hit pretty good there. Yeah, shucks. Little sad to see the tomb come down, but yeah, okay. No plays from me. We just die now to a top deck depths. Okay, so that at least is something. I'm going to have to kill the God Pharaoh statue. I mean, you know, we just can't play with that card. Uh, we're gonna have to. Yeah, okay, you got it. Hmm. Yeah, that's nice. Good for you. That's really great. But we have cantrips here and forces, so we're not the worst off. Like my opponent's just really going after my mana base here, which is good for them. There's nothing I can do about it. Yeah. Null Rod. What does Null Rod do? Not much. I actually am surprised to see Null Rod out of my opponent's deck, to be honest. I think Null Rod is okay. Like them shutting off their helms and their other two mirrors is not irrelevant, as well as the other Moxen that they're carrying. So I think that's fine. I'm gonna let that go. Yeah, I mean, whatever. It is what it is. That is a dead card. May as well. I probably actually should have kept it for Dak Faden if I can ever get Dak Faden going. That's a tall task considering I've got to get through a Spyglass here. Yeah, Golos is really bad for us. So I'm going to get rid of Dak here. We got a couple more in our deck somewhere. We need a blue source pretty badly. Okay. I'm not going to wasteland here. Gush is about as bad as a draw as we could have right here. Okay. Island! Nice! I'm going to time walk here. I'm going to see if I can get that Gush going. Relic cheese, okay. Sprite Dragon is Dees, but I feel like we're a ways away from that. I mean, we just really need a red source, right? I guess I'll put the Sprite on top. I feel like Sprite is a card that you know, could close this out for us. Yeah, like this is what I'm talking about with the null rod. Like it hurts them more than me for sure. Yeah, that's problematic. Jeez. Okay. What would be bad for us is like a huge snake coming down. Come on, red source. Jeez. So a little bit punished on our end here that we did not find another blue source in the last 3 turns. Now, I did get greedy and keep that Sprite Dragon. Yeah. And just going to be frivolous here and just come in. There's a red source. Okay, so what we can do now is we can cast the Sprite. They are going to attempt to wasteland me right now. They didn't. We'll get pumping our Sprite up here. Will they waste me pre-combat here? No. They should have done it really with it on the stack because now I'm going to be able to protect it. Yeah, Inventor's Fair is a little bit awkward here because they're going to go get a big snake, right? Not much I can do about that. Snake will get me. I maybe should have wastelanded their workshop here. Put that on the stack. Yeah, Stonequill Serpent. Yeah. So what we need to do here is we're going to need to gush into a Shattering Spree. And quickly. Yeah, so we're going to gush here. And hopefully we can find one. We did not. Mental misstep is not what I'm looking for here. Jeez. I feel like I need to protect this. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do here. Okay, well, we're on a fairly serious clock here. I think Wasteland is not offering us much right now. We're fighting for our lives here. I think we're probably dead, but not for sure. Like, Time Walk is gone, right? Did we use Time Walk? Yes, we used Time Walk. We've used 2 of our 4 sprees. So Spree is the best draw for us here. Treasure Cruise is a good one. The thing is like a treasure cruise allows us to actually shattering spree if we find one, and it keeps a red source open for us. So I do believe this is the best avenue for us to take here. Like a lightning bolt also does it here. Okay, so we did find it. So lightning bolt actually ices the game here. Okay, they have two cards in hand. I don't really think there's anything that they can do here, so I'm just gonna bolt them. I think that it's negligible whether we spree or bolt here. I mean, if there was some world where they had a dismember or something like that, it could be bad for us. But yep, all right, okay, that was a good win. Get to a game three here. Like the fact that they've sided in things like Null Rod and Sorceress or Cage against me is like, I think that is a nod to my opponent not really knowing what I'm playing. Or maybe it's just a lack of options that they have, which is possible. Like me bringing in Relic and Progenitus is obviously not very good because I have no other options. It draws me a card and it does, I guess it turns off something like a Crucible of Worlds, which is not irrelevant, but it's better than what they're doing with Cage, likely, in my opinion. I'll keep this. Now I've got some stinkers in my deck too, like Mental Misstep. My goodness, terrible. Um, I don't think I want them having that. Get rid of the Dak Fade in here. No, Mox. Soul Ring, come on. Lotus, yep. Three ball, yep. Three ball is good. It's gotta be good for you. Okay. So that was obviously a gut call. Going after their mana crypts like that. Ooh, I can't stop it. Damn, I got all excited there. They had the Sol Ring. Land? Alright. So it's obvious they don't have anything impactful in their hand at this point. Yeah, Strip Mine, that's a good one. Yeah. Sphere, okay. So looks like we're going to die to three ball here. We kept a two-lander, but we were unable to do anything as a result of that, so Helm is fine. This is really unfortunate. But the Shops deck has a failure rate to it, and they draw a lot of like really bad cards. So it's possible that I can draw out of this. Of course, it's not good though that I'm floundering, right? And don't nurse it here. Like that's the third turn in a row I haven't drawn anything, and so there's a myriad of cards that they can just draw off the top, which kill me, right? Like they can actually hard cast a Leyline of note. Okay, that was a good draw. Like we can, there is a world where if we draw another land, if they brick here and we draw another land here, we could be okay. It's possible. All right, well, land. Ooh, we didn't get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're short. Okay. I don't think we want both What do we want to get rid of here? I feel like I can, because they're milling me, like Misstep is a dead card. So next turn, I believe I can Treasure Cruise. So now they can come after my Strip Mine here, which sucks. Yep. So they got a Borrower. Wish they had got an Arcanist from me. Well, so what does this mean for me? They've got the Strip Mine here. I guess I Time Walk. Oh, I cannot Time Walk. That's 4 mana. Okay. I mean, we're going to be doing discarding here, but that's okay. Okay, we did find another land, which is good for us. I believe I am just going to strip mine this now, given that information, and take them off setting up a Dark Depths combo here. So, yeah, this is kind of a little bit risky doing it this way, but I think it's okay. Doc Phaeton is still live here. Bolt can deal with the Borrower. I think Daze is really bad here. It can hit Sphinx. I feel like Ataxian Probe is just, oh, we got to discard 2. Okay. So yeah, like, I mean, if they keep bricking here, we've got a chance. We no longer need to worry about Helm Leyline. Here's a Leyline now that they're casting. Yeah, which is just, I mean, that's amazing for us. Okay. They're at 14. I think I'm just going to dig here. I mean, look. I could get non-basics, but I just don't think it's actually worth doing that. Okay, I'm going to cast a Sprite Dragon. I'm going to cast a Sprite Dragon here. And I will trade. Let's get that pressure off right now. Okay, so they did find something good here. Yeah, the Inventor's Fair is solid. You can just block flyers, right? So he's going to end a turn, probably going to find a snake. What's he, or maybe just a Golos, what they're looking for. Land? Okay, that's actually fairly reasonable for me. Think I'm going to pass turn here. Hold up Force and Negation. So they are going to get rid of their fair here. Yeah. Let's see what they get. Is it a big snake? If it's a snake, we're going to dig through time. What did they get? Oh, they went for helm. Okay, so we can counter a helm, right? As long as they don't wasteland us, we can counter the helm. If they do wasteland us, we lose. And what do we want to get rid of here? I feel like we were getting rid of preordain. We're in a dogfight here, guys. Another Sprite. This is really unfortunate because had we found a land there, we would have been in a much stronger position to close this out here. Maybe I just cast another Sprite. Like I could bolt this thing and attack for 3, putting him to 9. I think I like that. Or maybe I just dig through time here while I can. I'm going to dig through time here. And what I'm looking for with my dig through time is a land and something like a shattering spree. And that will give me the ability, hopefully, to be able to impact whatever it is they cast with the shattering spree, as well as be able to sprite time walk, kill them that way. And if they do nothing, then I also have the option to bolt here. Well, I mean, I'm going to dig no matter what. Okay, they are taxing their life, so they have a mirror here. They've got 1 card in hand, so I'm going to dig through time here. Oh, I can't actually do it. Ooh, that's a miscalculation on my part. Okay, well, I am going to bolt, killing their thing. And let's try and find a land here. I mean, they're going to tax. They've got to be really careful now taxing us for another sphere because they're using that tomb now. And that puts them on a clock. It chose not to do that. So if I put them down here to 7 and I hit them for 4 here, I think that's pretty good, right? Yeah, I feel like this is pretty good here. Now it's really taxing their tombs, and I think this should do it. I mean, they can block with their Mirage Mirror here, but don't a snake, I guess, will put them in a position here where they can. But even going to 1 here, like if they attempt to cast a Golos or something, it's bad for them. Okay, is that castable? It is. So they're going to make their Sprite here with their Mirage Mirror. They conceded. All right, that was a really good win. I mean, we got really lucky. Uh, my opponent bricked for several turns, but that is the byproduct of playing a deck like, Golo Shops or Combo Shops, is they have a lot of air in them. But the high side is you see what they did, game 1 and game 3 to me. They had the turn 1/3 ball, which is, really powerful. And of course, I made a gut call forcing a mana crypt, which ended up being a really bad call on my end. So, anyways, we'll take that win. I felt like we grounded out and got there.